Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Buccaneers coming in at 2-3, going up against the Vikings, who come in at 2-2. So let's get you over to Tampa as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
In motion right comes Jackson. Second down, Winston. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. For just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action now, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jameis to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Winston now to throw on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll throw again. Winston. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A first down throw for Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Roberto Aguayo out now for the Buccaneer field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Aguayo's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make it more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Ronald Darby's selection makes a general manager look good. A terrific ball hawk who is eager to tackle in the run game.
Here's Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. First down, Bridgewater. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Gerald McCoy in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. Third down, 15 yards still needed. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league...
And Winston lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Bridgewater with a keeper. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Man, this is up and good to make it 7-3. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second down following the run. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Second down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To the air again with Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now Jameis on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On second down, Winston again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Play fake. Winston. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Winston now from the 50. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
A lone second remains now in this third quarter. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. So it'll be first down here after the run. Now a play fake here on first down. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Their big tight end, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers, but those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. And quickly they get to the line. Second down, Bridgewater. The left side caught by Diggs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 18 yards there and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. J.J. Wilcox in on the stop. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Bridgewater now on second down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
First carry for Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr, not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now a second down throw for Winston. On the right side, this is Miller. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Desperation time. Winston on fourth. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And the lead is up to 18 now. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Sharif Floyd in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 2nd down, Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They go play action. Winston. Miller on the catch over the middle. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And now out comes Minnesota. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. We've got a 3rd and 11. They come up in an offset eye, and they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Completion left side to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And they're going to speed things up here.
Ready.
Jameis again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
It's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 5.